What's up, fuckers, and welcome back to another offseason rebuild here on NBA 2K22 Next Gen. Today, we're going to be using the Chicago Bulls, a team that has potentially a very busy offseason ahead. Zach LaVine's going to be a free agent. There have been multiple trade rumors with this team potentially included, and I'm excited for it today. This team had a very, probably, I don't want to say too good of a season for what we were expecting out of them, but DeMar DeRozan turned into a tremendous free agency signing. Ultimately, they ended up losing to the Bucks in round one of the playoffs in 5 games, but this team definitely overachieved in my opinion. So funny enough, these Bulls were actually a 1 seed for quite some time, and then eventually they just started losing games. Lonzo Ball was injured. There was a bunch of different things that went wrong for this team, but obviously we don't play with injuries on. This is not a realistic rebuild whatsoever. We have the 18th overall pick in this year's draft, along with re-signing Zach LaVine. I'm hoping that sets us up pretty well. So we're kind of rounding out some of the final playoff teams here before we kind of get into some of the teams with the higher picks in the 2022 draft. Those are more likely going to be prospect rebuilds. Of course, they will be technically off-season rebuilds as well. Just a different title. So if you guys want me to see, if you want to see me start diving into those, let me know which team you want me to start with down below in the comment section. Of course, if you guys are new to the channel, new to the community, we'd love to have you here. Hit that subscribe button, stick around a while. And without further ado, man, the Chicago Bulls, I think we definitely have some potential options with what we want to do with this team. Let's get into it. All right, so I want to start this one out with some, I guess, good news with every single rebuild going forward. I went ahead and I spent the time and we made sure the draft lottery was in the correct order. So that will be fine going forward now. My apologies, I probably should have done it sooner, but it's not a long process. It's just like a tedious process, if you know what I'm saying. I have to get every pick on every single team. I'll give Billy Donovan one more year. I'm fine with that. We'll now head up to the NBA draft where we do have the 18th overall pick. Also, quick note, it's only the first round. I was not going to spend time doing the second round of the draft. I care about this game and I care about what you guys think, but I don't care about it that much. So I don't know if the Bulls have a second round pick or not. I never use them anyways. That's why I really don't care about it. We do have the 18th overall pick though, which I think is something we definitely could potentially use. We'll go over this roster quickly. I love DeMar DeRozan. I think he's going to be really good for us. The unfortunate thing with him, he starts to regress in this game very heavily. It's been happening since like 2K17. It is not something they ever fixed. Lonzo Ball's here. I don't know what's going on with Lonzo. Like there has been, like I've seen a couple reports there like actually kind of concerned about his injury in real life, which is his knee, correct? Something with his knee or something like that. It's a lower body injury, but scary to see. Vucevic, I think a lot of Bulls fans will want to get traded. I don't think he potentially was what they were expecting of him. I don't know a ton about it, though. Caruso, I love. Kobe White potentially could be on the trade block for me. Javonte Green, Celtics legend. Patrick Williams, who I think has a ton of potential. Marko Simonovic, horrible names, but he's our final piece there. And then that 18th overall pick. So we'll use somebody, or excuse me, we'll draft somebody with the 18th overall pick. Is it going to be anybody tremendous? Probably not, but we can see. Summary so far, Magic took Jaden Ivey #1 overall. Probably will not be happening. I think the big three is probably going to be the top 3 picks, just in whatever order you want to call them, of Holmgren, Jabari Smith Jr., and Paolo Banchero. But Banchero fell all the way to 6 to Indiana. I'm sure they would love that. But we have the 18th overall pick here. Let's go ahead and see what our options are here. We've got Keegan Murray. Interesting. We got Terry Eason, Marjin Beauchamp, Harrison Ingram, Jaden Hardy. Jaden Hardy is somebody I've heard of. It's honestly not a bad option. As I mentioned earlier, Kobe White definitely could be on the trade block. Potentially go ahead and draft Hardy. He could be a backup for maybe Zach LaVine if obviously we do want to get him back. But, it's a good option. It's a good insurance policy. And again, it's nothing against Kobe White. I just don't really know if he's like the perfect guy for the Chicago Bulls. And again, I think he could potentially flourish somewhere else where they maybe have a little bit more time to develop him. But the moves that the Bulls have made in the past, I guess couple off seasons now, kind of tell me they're kind of going for it, if you will. Like DeMar's window is not in 3 years. DeMar's window is now. So we're going to probably go ahead and make that pick right there. We're going to go ahead and select Jaden Hardy, 19 years of age. Welcome to the Chicago Bulls. Going to go ahead and potentially be our new backup shooting guard. He's going to come in at a 74 overall. That's not bad whatsoever. Team player options. Oh my God, I forgot we had AO. I guess he's listed as a point guard, but interesting. What is it? I'm horrible with the last name. Dosunmu? I'll get it right. I'll look it up. Tony Bradley, he can leave. I'm fine with that. Qualifying offers. Tyler Cook, no thank you. Troy Brown Jr., not for $6.4 million. We do not need that. All right, free agency. Obviously, we have a #1 priority, Zach LaVine, who has 15 contract offers, one coming from the Wizards, one coming from the Blazers, and then the Spurs, which is actually an interesting rumor in real life. But I'm going to go ahead and hope that he just comes back to me. That is the max lets me give him. I'm going to give him a player option. I'm not going to trade the dude. We'll go ahead and give him the no-trade clause. He is basically our only free agent. So Zach LaVine comes back. Tristan Thompson, take a hike. Tony Bradley, you can go. Troy Brown Jr. can go. Ooh, Derek Jones Jr., I like him just for his hops. But Yeah, probably not. So all those guys are going to go. Zach Lavine, getting him back is obviously a huge priority for us. Was definitely something I was looking forward towards, and now we can maybe get into a couple more trades. So that being said, I do have to figure out what I kind of want to do with not a log jam at the point guard spot here, but I want to play AO. And I love Caruso, but I don't want to trade Lonzo because he's healthy, obviously. So we'll figure that one out, and then I'll see you guys with whatever trade is next. This has obviously been some sort of a trade package possibility that people have kind of been throwing out there. Not maybe this exactly. There'd probably have to be a first-round pick or something in there, but this is not a realistic rebuild. But we're going to go ahead and acquire Rudy Gobert from the Utah Jazz. Similar age between him and Nikola Vucevic. Rudy is making quite a bit more money, though, but the defensive presence alone, I would like to have him on this team. I think he's going to help a ton. So welcome to the team, Rudy Gobert. Going to be, I guess, our star free agent, or excuse me, our star trade acquisition of the offseason. Also, I looked it up. It's Io DeSunmo or something like that. Again, I'm terrible with names. Not Ao, it's Io. I want to get that right unless I'm just calling him by his first name or something. But we got that out of the way. Now what we have to figure out is what we're going to do with the shooting guard spot here. Because I do kind of want to play Jaden Hardy, but I'm also very capable of potentially moving one of these two guys to the backup shooting guard position. I think Io would probably be kind of the ideal guy to do that with. So we'll have to figure that out. I'm not saying Jaden Hardy's not good enough to be in the rotation. I'm just saying there is a potential possibility that he might get left out of the rotation, at least for the first year, and then maybe we'll let Caruso, I don't want to say go after the year. I like Caruso a lot, but eventually I kind of want to progress the guys that we drafted and stuff like that. So we're probably going to roll with a backup for DeMar. I think this is definitely a 10-man rotation team. Javonte Green will definitely not be starting. Patty Williams is starting. That potential is off the charts. We will get a new backup center for Rudy Gobert. We'll take a look at some options right now. I don't love Whiteside or Cousins. Not a chance in hell I bring Tristan Thompson back on a team I'm in charge of. Frank Kaminsky honestly could maybe be a little bit of a different type of center versus Rudy Gobert. He can maybe spread the floor a little bit. Obviously not the same internal defensive presence, but we'll go with it. He wants a little more than what we have to offer. I'm fine with that. He's hopefully going to accept it. I can't imagine Frank Kaminsky's getting $5 million plus a year anywhere else. So, cool. What we're going to do is move Io to the backup shooting guard position where he will play. Stays at a 78 overall. That is cool. We'll have Jaden Hardy come off the bench for your number one. Then I do need to figure out a new backup small forward. If I can't get anybody that great, I mean, how tall is Jaden Hardy? He's 6'4". Like, what does his overall do at small forward? He actually goes up. All right, I guess Jaden Hardy's playing. Well, that pretty much solves all of our problems. He's obviously a little bit undersized for the traditional small forward in today's NBA, but honestly, I'm fine by that. It's better than some 74 overall, I guess, 32-year-old coming off the bench for us. So we'll let him progress a little bit. Again, probably not going to be playing a ton of minutes behind DeRozan, but it's good enough to have him in there for your number one, getting a little bit of developmental minutes. So this team should hopefully be all set. I'm hoping for at least maybe top 4 seed. I'll see you guys in the rotation at the start of year number one. We made one major big trade in last year's offseason. We went ahead and acquired Rudy Gobert. He's going to be hopefully just the defensive presence we kind of need under the basket on this team. Other than that, we really didn't do much. We obviously re-signed Zach Lavine on a max contract. That was kind of expected to happen. I don't think anybody thought I was just going to let him go. But the starting 5 goes as follows. Lonzo Ball, Zach Lavine, DeMar DeRozan, who unfortunately has regressed. Shocker, he was 91. He's now down all the way to an 87. But I'm still hopeful for his game. He's not a guy I want to trade. I think he had a really good first season in Chicago. Hoping he can have a really good second season here for us. But if that regression starts to hit really bad, man, I think you guys probably know what's going to have to happen. My goal is to win a championship, not appease, I guess, the people watching the video. So hopefully we can go ahead and get that done. Patrick Williams remains as our starting 4, and then Rudy Gobert, our new addition in the offseason, is our starting center. Bench unit, Io DeSunmu. I'm so fucking bad with names. Alex Caruso, Jaden Hardy, Frank Kaminsky, and Javonte Green. Not a bad bench whatsoever, especially for year number one. I'm hoping this team can be a top 4 seed. I'm not 100% confident on that actually happening. We'll see. I'll see you guys at the end of year number one here in Chicago. The first season in Chicago comes to a close. Unfortunately, it was not good enough for us to be the top 4 seed that we were looking for here. We ended up at number 8, so we were obviously in the play-in, hopefully going to go ahead and get a first-round playoff matchup. Luka Doncic does his thing every single year. Let me guess. Actually, Rookie of the Year changes. It's typically Chet Holmgren, but Chet Holmgren, congrats. Ben Simmons. It's either Jonathan Isaac or Giannis. Matisse Thybulle. Don't see that one a ton. Isaiah Stewart, most improved. That does tend to change. Coach of the Year, Willie Green. Congratulations. Okay, we'll go ahead and take a look at some standings. We finished with a record of 43-39. Not exactly where I was hoping to be, but hopefully we can go ahead and get past. Who do we technically play? We technically play what? It's the Knicks, right? We play the Knicks, correct? I'll check it out in a second. Numbers on the year. Zach Lavine did his thing, led us in scoring. No surprise there. He's obviously, probably, in my opinion, the best player on this team. I guess you can comment below if you want to talk about him versus DeMar or whatever, but I'm going to roll with Zach Lavine. DeMar DeRozan is our second leading scorer. Still very solid numbers from him, even if that overall is going down. Lonzo Ball doing his thing. He's progressing quite nicely. Ayo coming off the bench is our sixth man. He's looking very, very impressive. Rudy Gobert, Patrick Williams, Jaden Hardy, Frank Kaminsky, Alex Caruso, Javonte Green. Rebounds per game was Gobert. No shock there, just under 14. And assists was Lonzo Ball. So, it's the Knicks, right? We play the Knicks in the first round? Yeah, it is. Who are they rolling out as a starting five right now? It's going to be Derrick Rose, Emmanuel Quickley, RJ Barrett, Julius Randle, Mitchell Robinson, Cam Reddish. So, they really didn't change too much. I'll be interested to see if they start to maybe float around some potential Julius Randle trade rumors this offseason. I think RJ Barrett's kind of taken over as that number one option there. Not that I guess there was maybe a comparison, but like Julius Randle from this past season versus the year before, it's like night and day. I guess day and night because he was a lot better 2 years ago than he was this past season. But nonetheless, that'll be interesting. I haven't done a Knicks rebuild yet. So, oh my God, I skipped too far. I'm dumb as hell. All right, we're not in the playoffs. That sucks a little bit. Not that we're really going to make too much of a run, but yeah, I guess we're in the draft lottery now anyways. That's pretty cool. The Brooklyn Nets go on to beat the Golden State Warriors in 7 games. Kyrie Irving does his thing. Actually beats out Kevin Durant for a finals MVP. Congratulations, Kyrie. Okay, let's head up to league meetings right now. We reject all those. As always, we will now head into the draft lottery where I don't even know if we have a first-round pick. Actually, no, the Charlotte Magic. The Orlando Magic have our first-round pick. It's projected number 14. I don't know. Oh my God, I saw the Magic at number 1. It's their own pick, but I was like, holy shit. They keep our pick at number 14. I have no idea what trade that is from or how they have that, but they do. Head coaching offers, like who is Byron? Actually, I feel like I've heard that name before. I want to sign Steve Nash, like not really. Billy Donovan, no, I'm going to let him go. All right, Stafford's going to come in. He's just going to, it's just like, it's not a cheat code. It's just something that like, why wouldn't I do every video? You don't really notice it. If anybody in the comment section like genuinely hates when I sign style for every video, let me know. I can switch it up. Like it really doesn't change too much of the way that I kind of go about my rebuilds. Cool. All right. Whoa. I missed that. Where did that come from? Oh, is that from the Rudy Gobert trade? I just skipped right over that in the draft lottery. Holy hell. We also have number 17. All right. This potentially puts us in a conversation to maybe go ahead and make a trade. And, I don't really know what I want to do because I kind of still have trust in Patrick Williams as my starting power forward. That being said, though, I can't afford another season as an 8 seed. So what I might do is kind of combine the best of both worlds. I might keep Patrick Williams, come off the bench, and then potentially look for an upgrade at the power forward spot. Because we do not need another prospect here. I'll see you guys with the trade. I went ahead and put up Caruso, Frank Kaminsky in our 6th overall pick in the trade finder. We had one offer, and honestly, it was the position I'm looking for. Wendell Carter Jr. going to come over. He's going to be our new starting power forward. I know that he's not technically on the... Well, he was on the Bulls, and then they traded him to the Magic for Vucevic, and now he's coming back. So, congratulations. Welcome back, Wendell Carter Jr. I'm doing this because he's coming off a really good year. He also has a B- 3-point shot, which I really didn't know. He could actually shoot the ball a little bit. But look at the year he's coming off of. Borderline double-double. More than serviceable for a starting power forward for us here. I don't know if Bulls fans are going to be a huge fan of me going ahead and bringing Wendell Carter Jr. back to Chicago. But nonetheless, we did it. And welcome back to Chicago. All right, so our starting 5 is figured out. That's pretty cool. Io, excuse me. I've got to get that in my head. Is 100% going to be our 6th man. Just had a really, really solid year for us. Patty Williams will move to the bench. Javonte Green, I might look to potentially just move on from. I might just let him walk because we now have 2 power forwards. Hardy will manage our backups, probably 7th or 8th man. And then, so what I could do right now, I still have that number 17 overall pick in this draft, correct? I didn't move that as well. So potentially a backup center could be an option here for me. Just kind of look around to see if there is a guy on the board for us here at the center spot. And I'm not really seeing any right now. So that's a little bit unfortunate. Yeah, no, not with that name. Yeah, these guys are just too low in my opinion, probably. Anthony Black's the 7th rated prospect in DE rank out of Oklahoma State. Like just Jeremy Socan, I just don't need him. All right, we're going to trade the pick. Ultimately, there was no good center on the board there available for us there. We're kind of in our range. So we'll go ahead and I'll do this trade with the Celtics. We'll get 2 potential first-round picks from them. I'm stuttering over my words today. I feel like I do that a lot. Cool. So we don't draft anybody. We went ahead. We tried. Can't blame me for trying. Patty Williams is going to be coming back. Again, it's not a shot against him. It's probably more how the game's developing him. I don't expect him to be a 20-point per game guy necessarily, but overall wise, I'd like that to be a little bit higher. I think that's what we get out of Wendell Carter Jr., along with more points and rebounds as well. So, qualifying, Io definitely going to be getting that. I need him back on this team. He was a tremendous six-man for me. Probably should have been in the running for six-man of the year. Javonte Green is a free agent. We don't have bird rights on Io, unfortunately, but he is restricted, so the game's going to let me bring him back no matter what. And he will remain my backup. Actually, I might move him back to point guard now and roll with the 9-man, let Lavine not have a backup, because Hardy could also be the backup too, or Io could be the backup too. So that's probably what I'll do now. And then I do need a backup center. So center options here, like Dedmon, Nerlens Noel. Not exactly the kind of player I'm looking for. Or I could just bring back, what I'll do? I'll sign Javonte Green, and then I'll trade him for a different center. I'm not going to let Io walk. I definitely need him back. Javonte Green's coming back, and then Io's probably going to get a qualifying. Well, he definitely has a qualifying. I just don't know if he'll accept the qualifying. Anyways, I'll sit through it until we figure that out. Javonte Green's 6'4". I thought he was a little taller than that. I need a center, so yeah. Anybody want to offer me one? Not particularly. Vernon Carey Jr., but there's no way I'm giving up a first-round pick. Mark Williams. Honestly, that's not bad. Mark Williams, cool. Welcome to the squad. Also going to go ahead and acquire a second-round pick. So now I'm going to wait for Io. Other than that, we are pretty much all set, and I'll see you guys starting year number 2. Starting year number 2 for us here in Chicago, we have really not made many major changes. We have one change to the starting 5. That being the addition of Wendell Carter Jr. He is back in Chicago. If I have any Bulls fans in my comment sections, feel free to let me know your thoughts on me bringing him back down below. Lonzo Ball, Zach Lavine, DeMar is unfortunately just going to keep progressing. He just came off a year of 20 points per game, 4 boards, 4 assists, 1 steal per game, and he has gone down to an 84 overall from an 88. He went down from a 91 to like an 87, then bumped back to an 88. Now he's down to an 84. Pretty much how 2K works. It's kind of ridiculous. Wendell Carter Jr. going to be our new power forward in here alongside Rudy Gobert. I honestly didn't know that Wendell Carter Jr. even had a B- 3-point shot. Again, he's not in here because of his 3-point shot, but could maybe spread out the floor a little bit more than some other power forwards I could have potentially gotten. And he's not a guy I get a ton. Bench unit. Io's going to be our 6th man, followed by Patrick Williams and then Jaden Hardy. So 3 really good young players right here coming off the bench immediately. That's going to be a huge advantage for us compared to some other teams. And we do have Mark Williams down here as well. So overall-wise, really young bench. Hopefully that doesn't become a problem playoff time. I moved Io back to the point guard position as well, in case any of you were wondering there. But as of now, this team should be doing a lot better than an 8 seed. Overall, in my opinion, our starting 5 is really, really good. It's actually really funny when you kind of look at it that we went into year number 1 as DeMar DeRozan being our highest overall at 91, and he's now our lowest overall in our starting 5. So math-wise, that says we should be really good. I'll see you guys at the end of year number 2. Second year comes to an end here in Chicago. Couple interesting things. Darius Garland won an MVP award. Not something you see every video. Typically, it's a three-peat, clean sweep, whatever you want to call it, of Luka Doncic winning MVP, but Darius Garland gets one. Not something I kind of see in the next couple years happening, but congrats to Darius Garland. We're a 6th seed here in the Eastern Conference, so we're 100% in the playoffs. I guess it's progress, but I would have liked to have been a little bit higher. I think this team's good enough. Nonetheless, Victor Wembanyama, your rookie of the year. I'm pretty sure they have Chet Holmgren as well, which is the definition of scary. Ben Simmons, 6th man of the year. Congrats, Brickleberry. Jonathan Isaac, defensive player of the year. Jalen Suggs, most improved. JB Bickerstaff is your coach of the year. All right, well, look at some standings-wise. We finished with a record of 47-35, so a little bit better than last year. Again, not exactly where I wanted to be, but I'll take it. We're going to be matching up with the Brooklyn Nets in the first round, who won the finals last year, so that's actually not ideal in the slightest. Player stats on the year: Zach Lavine, Alonzo Ball, DeMar DeRozan's officially taking a little bit of a step back, if you will. Again, I don't want to move on from him, but it's definitely a possibility this offseason, potentially sign and trade or whatever it may be. Go ahead, take a look at the rest of the stats down here. No real surprises, anything that really sticks out too much. But, yeah, 2 double-digit rebounders in the starting 5. That actually does stick out a little bit. All right, so Brooklyn here, round number 1. Let's go ahead. Kyrie Irving, Cam Thomas, Bruce Brown, KD. They added Clint Capella. They have Ben Simmons coming off the bench. Interesting. All right, let's go game by game with them. There are the defending champions. We do get one on their home floor, though. They get one on our home floor. They actually get 2 on our home floor. All right, we're battling back a little bit. It's 3-2 right now. Can we force a game 7 here? We cannot. And we are heading into the final season, and we have not even made it out of the first round of the Eastern Conference playoffs. And MVP of the regular season, Darius Garland, goes on to win the finals MVP, along with the rest of the Cleveland Cavaliers. That is not something I saw coming. Do I have to do a Cavs rebuild soon? Let me know down below in the comment section. All right, league meetings. Final time we will go through these. We'll hit the draft lottery one more time. I saw a Bulls logo. Thought I did. Oh, it's because it's low. I don't know why. I thought the number 1 came out first. We're potentially going to have the 12th overall pick from Orlando. We actually do have that 12th overall pick. It's via Washington. I don't really know. Cool. Head coach is obviously not the problem. We will now head up to the NBA draft where a potential trade is looming. Again, our bench is already young enough. I really don't find a real need, if you will, to go ahead and keep this pick. We also have 21 on our own and then 9 in the second round from the Dallas Mavericks. So, I don't really... $43 million, Rudy? What are my options, just out of curiosity? Yeah, none of those are really worth it. All right, I'm going to trade the picks, and I'll see you guys. Actually, I'll just show you what I'm going to trade them for. It's just going to be a... I hate how you do that. All right, cool. Thank you, Atlanta. We will now head up to team player options. Does DeMar have a player option? He does not. So he's officially a free agent. Lonzo's also a free agent. Hardy and Williams do need to come back. Lonzo's a big free agent. And Ayo and Patrick Williams. Holy shit. Good thing that I can give these both those guys the qualifying offers because we'd be screwed without it. But yeah, Lonzo's definitely coming back. I'm going to pay him a lot of money. DeMar is going to probably be a sign and trade candidate. It's nothing against DeMar. We just have to win a championship, and we haven't even gotten out of the first round. We're not making many other changes to this team. Ayo is going to get the qualifying offer, and then I'll do the same thing because we can only use 3 offers on day 1. With Patrick Williams, let me just make sure we do not renounce the rights on him. That would be quite unfortunate if we did that. Cool. Then I'll give Ayo the qualifying as well. And we should be, wait, oh no, excuse me, Patrick Williams, not Ayo. We should be good there. So they'll both get their qualifying offers, and everybody is back, and we are chilling for now. Yeah, we're good, right? Do I have them all back? Am I good? All right, cool. Yeah, sorry, DeMar. It's unfortunately just kind of time. I might actually try to sign a different free agent as well, just to kind of match you up with somebody to get a little more trade value potentially. Yeah, let's make that Gary Payton II. I'll see you guys with the trade. So we called and the Knicks picked up. Let's see if we can get RJ Barrett to Chicago. DeMar DeRozan's obviously going to be the main focal point of this deal. And again, it's nothing against DeMar. If he didn't regress so hard, he would 100% be on this team. I want to get the dude a championship. I honestly felt bad like when the Raptors won the finals like the year after. I guess it's not even like... It's the season, like they traded him, they won the finals. Like, obviously they added Kawhi Leonard, but like, I wanted to get the dude a championship. I have no idea if we're going to be able to get this to go through. Luckily, it is the final season, so actually, I signed Gary Payton II. They want him. I'll give you as many first-round picks as it honestly takes, just because, yeah, cool. Welcome to the team, RJ Barrett. He's coming off basically a career year of 23 points, almost 6 boards, almost 3 assists, so I'm super excited to have him here in Chicago. Ultimately, it's going to be a 9-man rotation once again with Zach Lavine not having a backup. But yeah, this seems pretty good and pretty impressive in my opinion anyways. So we enter the final season. We have not even won a playoff matchup yet. Let's see if we can go and win a championship. We'll see you guys at the rotation. The start of the third and final year. Third and final season for us here in Chicago. Starting 5 has one major addition. That being RJ Barrett at our starting small forward spot. He joins Lonzo Ball, Zach Lavine, Wendell Carter Jr., and Rudy Gobert as an honestly really good starting 5. Probably one of the better overall starting 5s I've had in the offseason rebuild so far. Our bench unit's also unbelievable. Ayo is our 6th man, followed by Patrick Williams, Jaden Hardy, and then Mark Williams is progressing nicely off the bench. Again, not playing a ton of minutes, but hopefully can do his thing as our 9th and final man. Yeah, this team has not made it out of the first round yet. I know I've mentioned that a couple times, but that's a lot of pressure when you're trying to go from not doing that to a championship in one offseason. Hopefully it can happen. Hopefully RJ Barrett can help lead us to the promised land. See you guys at the end of the third and final year. So we took a year off, but now he is back. Luka Doncic wins his 2nd MVP award of this video. Shocker. Yeah, he puts up insane numbers. He's very good at the game of basketball. More importantly, we are the 1 seed here in the Eastern Conference, number 1 in the power rankings as well. Hopefully leading us to a championship this year. Scoot Henderson, Rookie of the Year, had an insane rookie campaign over there in Orlando. Jaden Ivey, 6th man of the year. Holy hell. 27 points off the bench. And you can't find a way to get this man into the starting 5? Oh my God. Do something, Orlando. Giannis Defensive Player of the Year, Trevor Keels. I have not heard of you. I'm sorry. Most Improved. Congratulations, Mike Stafford. We go 66-16. He takes home Coach of the Year. We hadn't broke like 47 wins. We win 66 games this year. RJ Barrett is definitely helping carry this team to the promised land. Let's take a look at some numbers real quick. Lavine's still doing his thing. RJ Barrett is a 21.5 point per game score. Wendell Carter Jr., Lonzo Ball, Ayo, Jaden Hardy, Patrick Williams, Rudy Gobert. I mean, I don't really need more than 8 points out of Rudy, if I'm being honest. Rebounds was Gobert with 12, and assists was Lonzo with 10. So we averaged a double-double. That's cool. Let's sim the play and see what we got in the first round. Going to be the Milwaukee Bucks. Just not a team I really want to face because they have Giannis. Drew Holiday is all the way down to a 75. That's kind of sad to see, but it's kind of the state of this game. All right, we are up 1-0 right now. We quickly go up 2-0, 3-0, and okay, we're going to give them a game. Cool. Kind of similar to how the matchup went this year in real life. The Bucks won in 5. We win in 5 this year. A little bit of payback, if you will. Moving on to Orlando, who has Jaden Ivey as our 6th man, and he averaged 27 points off the bench. I get it. You got a lot of options here, but in my opinion, you've got to find a way to get him into the starting five if Buddy's averaging 27 off the bench. We're up 2-1 right now. We quickly go up 3-1, and we win it in 5. Moving on to the Eastern Conference Finals, and we have the defending champion Cleveland Cavaliers and defending MVP Darius Garland. Garland, Okoro, Baldwin Jr., Mobley, Allen. This is a very, very scary team. Looks like they've only added a couple good bench pieces as well. I saw Precious Achua there. So, can we get by them here in the Eastern Conference Finals? We're 2-2, so we got a best of 3 with them right now. We go up 3-2. And can we get to the NBA Finals for the first time in this video? Yes, we can. And the Kings are in here as well. Davion Mitchell, Terry Rozier, TJ Warren, Jabari Smith Jr., Sabonis, D'Lo off the bench. He's been deloading for about 12 years now. How on earth is it's a good team. It's a lot better than the Kings team right now. I mean, that doesn't really say much, but goddamn, are you really in the finals? All right, well, let's see if we can get a clean sweep, because that would kind of be the best way to cap off this video, in my opinion. Of course, I'd like to get you guys a little bit of gameplay. I know I'm talking a million miles an hour as well, but yeah, not going to be any competitive gameplay. I'll see you guys in there. We are here in Sacramento. I honestly still really can't believe that the Kings are our matchup in the final, but nonetheless, they are. Rudy Gobert, and I just bricked that one. My bad, dog. Okay, cool. We're going to try to hit the second one with Gobert now, and nope, not going to happen. All right, cool. Screen shaking. Rudy's not a good free throw shooter. Kind of the name of the game. Lavine got 21 on the night. He's going to be guarding Scary Terry right now. I really wish Scary Terry was still on the Celtics, but we're not talking about the Celtics right now. You guys are actually going to see this video on the day of Game 5, which, let me tell you, it's pretty much a make-or-break game, in my opinion, for the Celtics. It's not necessarily a must-win, but it's pretty much as close as it gets to a must-win, in my opinion, without it actually being a must-win. Good defense there from both Lavine and Gobert. Wendell Carter Jr.'s got 8, 7, and 6 on the night, so not his best night, but an efficient night. RJ Barrett got 28 in the finals. Thought he was going to show off a little bit, get that 30-bomb, show why we traded for him. Not D'Lo. I don't know why he's in the back of my head. I don't know why I jumped there. And yeah, TJ Warren going to get the floater to go. Cool. Yeah, I don't need a timeout. I'm just playing dog shit 2K. Yeah, shocker of the year. What I'm going to do right now is call a quick floppy, because I want to go ahead and get, I don't know who it's going to be run for. Probably Lavine, if I had to imagine. All right, that's not flop. Really? Okay, yeah, I'm really sticking up to my reputation of being absolutely just horrendous at this game. Lonzo should be winning this against Davion Mitchell every single day of the week. Shot clock's at 12. Right inside. Can we play the mismatch here? Wendell Carter Jr. just go up in the post? Am I, like, off? I feel like it wasn't loading, and then it started loading really quickly. And Jayshawn Tate's going to bang that, isn't he? No, he misses. Okay, cool. Well, this has not been my finest hour of 2K gameplay. It has been a couple days. Zach Lavine, nope. What are these animations? What is going on? TJ Warren is not getting in his bag right now. Neither is Davion Mitchell. Yes, he is. Okay. Well, this is not going exactly how I was hoping it was going to go. They're now going to go into the full court press because they actually think they have a chance of winning this basketball game. Lonzo's going to go slam it home. Thank you very much. 15-point basketball game here with 1:45 left to go in Game 4 of the NBA Finals. Here in Sacramento, which, if I'm being honest, probably won't sniff a finals in my lifetime. No, it's possible, but they're going to have to do a lot. They're going to have to do a lot. I just want to see them get in the playoffs. They have the longest playoff drought, correct? I believe they do, if my math is correct off the top of my head. Not a real big numbers guy. Lonzo just blow by Mitchell again. I will see you guys with the Finals MVP. We go from not winning a playoff matchup in the first 2 seasons on to winning a championship in the third and final year here in Chicago. And Lonzo Ball getting the Finals MVP. I really hope everything kind of pans out for him in Chicago. Obviously, those injury concerns are not something you ever want to see. Never mind from a guy who's a really young player and has the potential to kind of be a really good cornerstone piece of your franchise. Not like saying he's going to be the next Magic Johnson, but like, you know what I'm saying? He definitely could be a good piece on a contending team for that Bulls team if he's healthy. So I really wish him the best. But nonetheless, I had fun with this one. I actually had a ton of fun with this Bulls rebuild. A lot of you guys were asking for it, and that's why I did it. So if you guys want to see your favorite team be next on the rebuild of the offseason rebuild list, let me know down below in the comment section. If you guys see one you want me to do as well, just hit that like button or maybe comment it again, whatever it may be. Of course, you guys are new around here, feel free to join the community, hit that subscribe button. We would love to have you here. As always, if you guys want to keep seeing the offseason rebuilds, you'll keep getting them. Let me know any other rebuilds you do want to see down below in the comment section. Other than that, that wraps this one up. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. As always, thank you guys so much for watching. I do love you guys. See you guys all in the next one.